Hey, George. Hello,
Hi,
George.
Abe.
How are
How
you?
are you?
Baruch
Baruch
Hashem.
Hashem.
How are
All
you?
good.
Baruch Hashem. I'd rather be here than up north.
For sure.
Crazy to live.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, anyway, what else is going on?
That's about it. Everything seems to be under control.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
You traveling a little bit?
Uh, right after Pesach, we're going to be away a little bit, but not very much. My daughter's getting ready to deliver her
Ah,
baby, so we
very
want to
nice.
be.
Where she live?
She lives here in L.A., so it makes
Ah,
it convenient and fun, and makes it so that we want to be around and helping.
she can't go anywhere. Is that what you say?
That's what I'm saying. uh, it's I'm always fascinated by how they they always count on us to be around.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yep. So it's good.
Okay, it's all right.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's been really really great. Uh,
Aggie seems to be walking okay.
yeah.
You've just seen her?
I'm sorry.
Have you seen her recently?
Who? My
Aggie.
sister, she's better. I talk to
I
her
know.
every day. I didn't get to do. She's now finally better because she's doesn't have to wear the boot.
The
In fact, I
mood, right?
think by next week she's going to be all done with the boot. So she's
No, this time
dramatically
she
better.
already she wasn't wearing it.
Yeah, no, she's spending more and more time without it.
Yeah,
So Baruch Hashem, because that was really driving her mashugi.
that's crazy.
Yeah. So, but it's all good. How about yourself? Are you going to plan to travel?
Same consideration as you. Gotta hang around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
makes
I
all the
mean,
difference. Yeah, it's good. It's all
where are
good
you for Pesach?
here, here at
You're
home.
saying,
Yeah, my family doesn't like to really get put into a hotel or anything like that. They
yeah,
don't feel
okay.
that's their fun. So we're good. We are good. Very good. It's crazy that the holidays are coming so close
Yes.
already. Yantif. Uh, I just finished. I was on service at the VA for 2 weeks straight, so I've completed my 2 week stint. I do it about every 2.5 months. but it can get really intense. But thank God, I'm done.
Do you know Steve Simons?
Steve Simon.
He
No.
works at the VA.
Where? Which
No?
one?
Which,
Oh, you mean here at the VA?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I know of him. I know who he. I think so. I don't know him
I think
personally.
he's in an administration board.
Yeah, that's right. He's in the administration. Hi, Ernie.
Hi, George.
I,
We are on Mem Aleph 41.
yeah,
So we're talking about a garment that is exempt from the need of tzitzit. Tolet shakot miskatsa barosha v'godol yotze b'derech aroy. If a child can cover the majority of his head and his body, and an adult would go out at least temporarily with such a garment is chayevet b'tzitzis. Ein hakot miskatsa barosha v'rubo. If it's too small that it will not cover the majority of a child. Even though an adult would go out temporarily, then ptura that's not chayv tzitzis. V'chein linyan kloim. Now the Gemara asks, "Vavina b'ma v'chein linyan." What does that mean? V'chein linyan kloim. Ilem v'chein linyan isur de kloim, that the prohibition of wearing wool and linen together, it has to be a minimum type of beged. V'ha'anatnan ein aroy b'kloim. Even a small garment, even that somebody won't go out temporarily, is still prohibited to have kloim. V'amrav Nachman bar Yitzchak v'chein linyan sarin b'tzitzis. If it's a garment that would be chayiv tzitzis, it means it's a small child would wear it, and you put on tzitzis that are made out of shatnez, so you don't violate the prohibition of shatnez because you're doing a mitzvah. But if it's not the right size, if it's p'tura minat tzitzis, and you use shatnez, then you're going to be over the law of kloim. So elamai p'tura hitilamutelas. We're talking about somebody put on tzitzis on a garment that already had tzitzis, and even though l'chora it looks superfluous, you don't need it, there's no chiyuv shatnez.
no about like that.
Remember, this was a case where he intends to cut off the old tzitzis. He's hanging new tzitzis, and the idea is that he's going to remove the other tzitzis. So he's only going to have one pair of tzitzis on it eventually. It's just in the interim, it's not considered that you violated shatnez. And in fact, V'amar Rab Zera Chadizin, the Gemara says we've already been taught that. Chadim echlad lechaver itmar. They're both teaching the same thing. One was taught the same halacha from the other, but it's nothing new. Torah Bara. Talis kfula chayeves b'tzitzis. You have a four-cornered garment, but you fold it, and therefore you have like 6 corners instead of 4 corners. The Tanakama holds it's chayv b'tzitzis. Rab Shimon Poiter, b'shavim shem kafla utfarash chayeves. If you sew those other 2 corners so that it's flush with the beged, so it's only got 4 corners, then it of course requires tzitzis. So the Gemara says tfara pshita. Of course, what's the chiddush there? Lo tzricha denakti b'sichni. You didn't sew it. You used like thumbtacks. So it's like a temporary connection. Rav Barahuna Iklebe Rava Barav Nachman. Rava Baravuna visited Rava. Chazid Avimichse tells us he's wearing this large folded garment, which had 6 corners. V'rami lechuti iloi kfeila. He put, tzitzis everywhere. If shita v'asa chuta v'kam ladi reisha. the garment opened up, and now there were tzitzis next to his head because of the way it was folded. This doesn't make sense. This is not the corner of a garment that the Torah is talking about. He threw off that garment, put something else on. Putting on scissors is not a chiyuv on the person. Choivas talisu. It's the garment. If the garment has four corners, it needs tzitzis. Whether he's wearing it, whether it's in a drawer. Zil ramile. You go to that garment that you throw off and put tzitzis on it. And lema mesayale. Chasidim arishonim. Kivin sha'argu b'sholosh ha'yamatim b'tcheles. Once they got within 3 finger breadths of the corner, they already put tzitzis on. So because even though nobody wore it, because it's a chiyuv talis, not a chiyuv gavra. The Gemara says that's not a proof. Shari chasim de machmir and nafshay. They were machmir, but it's not a proof in the regular case. Upliga de malacha. A malach argues with Rabbi Bar Rav Huna. The malach ashkechel Rav Ketina de Bechase Sadina. A malach found Rav Ketina was wearing a garment made of linen. We learned above that it doesn't require tzitzis. Linen does not require tzitzis. Armele Ketina, Sadina bekaita v'sarbla b'sichva. You seem to always avoid wearing tzitzis. You wear linen in the summer, which is potter. You wear a woolen garment in the winter, which is rounded. So you always look for reasons why not to put on tzitzis. Tzitzis shel tcheles matei aleh. What will happen with the mitzvah of tzitzis? Amr le anshisu aseh. I understand. Do we get punished for not performing an aseh? Now remember, this is a different aseh than, for example, sukkah or lulav. You have a chiyuv build a sukkah, and you have a chiyuv to shake a lulav. Mitzvah tzitzis is a mitzvah kiyumi. If you buy a 4-cornered garment, you got to put tzitzis on it. But there's no chiyuv that you have to have a 4-cornered garment. And the person's punished for that? Yeah. When Hashem is angry, people get punished, even when they don't do these kind of mitzvahs asay. Now, the way we just explained makes sense if you say that it's a chiyuv gavra on the person, not on the garment. He's chayv if he has a 4-cornered garment, he doesn't put tzitzis on it. Why should he be punished if he doesn't get a 4-cornered garment? He's not obligated to either get a 4-cornered garment or that if the garment is such that it doesn't require tzitzis, why should he be considered that he has an aveir? So, elamai choivas gavrahu. What do you mean when you say it's a choivas gavra? Yeah. Kosh Baruch Hu tells you put tzitzis on a garment when the garment meets criteria that there's chiyuv tzitzis, like it's got to be a certain size, it has to be a certain material. But when you're wearing a garment that doesn't meet the criteria for the need of tzitzis, then you're not mechuyev to put on tzitzis. Based on that, why should you be worried about being punished by Shamayim if you don't obtain a 4-corner garment? Elachi kamerle. Tazdiki lemifter nafshecha mitzitzis. The Malach noticed that he was practicing wearing garments that never would be mechayev tzitzis. That's Hashem gets angry at people trying to avoid performing mitzvahs. Rav Tuvi bar Kisna Mar Shmuel. Kli kufsa chayavim b'tzitzis. You have four corner garments that are in your drawer. They're chayiv to have tzitzis, even if you're not wearing it. It's a chavas, the garment. An elderly person who prepared tachrichin to be buried in, that does not require tzitzis. My time, huh? This is not made for a living person to wear, so it doesn't require tzitzis. But ba'hi shaita v'adei raminan lei. Mishum loig l'rash chorev v'seu. When a person dies, we do bury him with tzitzis. That's at the time of the Gemara. In the minhag in most places today is that you put on a talis or a tzitzis, but you make it puzzle. Amar Achvan Rav Yehuda. Talis shenikra chutz l'sholish yispor. If a garment is torn 3 finger breadths away from the corner, you can sew it and repair it. Tach shalosh lo yispor. If it's within 3 etzbos of the corner, you don't sew it. Remember, we were concerned you're going to leave over a thread, and the thread will be used as it sits. And it'll be tasem v'lo min ha'asui. Tanam ha'achi, I'll give you a baraisa to support this. Tal shenikra chutz l'shalosh yispor. If the tear is beyond 3 etzbos from the corner, you can fix it. Tach shalosh Rab Meir Omer lo yisfor. It's machlokas. Rab Meir says don't sew it. Chachamim yisfor. V'shavin, there's no machlokas. Shlo yavi afilu am alami b'mokam acher uvat cheles v'tolad bo. You can't go to another garment, cut out the corner of that other garment with the corner and the tzitzis, and replace a corner of this beged. And uvavat shlo temu sekes. Tzitzis, you can remove the tzitzis of another garment and bring it to a new garment, but you can't make. But the threads have not to be torn. Shmami no matir mi beged lebeged. You can undo tzitzis from one beged and put it on another beged. However, dilma de ibloy. Perhaps you're only allowed to do that when the original garment has now worn down. Then you have a permission to get to change and move the tzitzis to another garment, but not if it's an intact garment. Torah Rabbana. Tali shekula tchelis. You have a garment that's the color of tchelis. Kol minei tzivonim poitrim bo. Chutz mikala ilan. Any color will potter it, meaning lavan, right? But the kala ilan, the indigo, which is the fake tchelis, you can't use. Meisvei talis ein potter balamina. The thread that will serve as an appropriate tzitzis is the same material that the garment is made out of. Therefore, talis shekulo tchelis, maybe tchelis v'davar acher v'tolabo. You bring tchelis and another color, and that'll work. V'kala ilan lo yavi. Lechatchila, don't bring the indigo. But v'imhevi kosher. If you did, it's kosher. So there's a steer in Baraisa. Amar dach b'yitzak loy kasher. Kan b'taz basar b'chutin. If it's a garment with 4 threads that and then you fold them over, you become 8, then it's okay. Kan b'taz bas shmona chutin. If it's 8 threads and you fold it over into 16, that's not good. Shmamina matirmi beged lebeged. Are we learning again that you can move thread from one garment to another? No. It's dilma di iyova. Maybe it's only B'diavad if he did it, but l'chatchila you're not allowed to do it. Itmar. Rav Amar ein matir mi beged lebeged. You can't undo tzitzis from one garment, put it on another. Shmuel Amar matir mi beged lebeged. You're allowed to. Similarly, Rav Amar ein madlikin mi ner l'ner. You can't light from one candle to the other. It's a bizoyon according for Rav. Shmuel Amar madlikin mi ner l'ner. Rav Amar ein alachik Rab Shimon begreira. Rab Shimon held that if you dragged a table from one corner of a room to another and you made a furrow in the ground, well, it's a dover shem iskavin, and dover shem iskavin is potter. And Rav stated that halacha is not like Rab Shimon, but Shmuel Amar halacha Rab Shimon begreira. We do paskin like Rab Shimon. Amar Abai Baal kol mili de Amar the Mar Ovid Karav. Rabbi Bar Nachmani, who was the Rebbe of Abaya stated that Rabbi Rav Nachmani always paskined like Rav. Levar Mahani Tlastov Kishmuel, except for these three, he held like Shmuel. Matir mi beged lebeged, you can undo tzitzis from one garment, move it to another. Madlikin mi ner l'ner, you can light from one candle to another. V'alochik Rab Shimon begreira, we paskin like Rab Shimon. The Tanya Rab Shimon Oimer, Gorer Oda Mita Kisev Tzaf. So Vachlo is Kavin Lasos Kritz. You can drag a table or a bench from one corner to another, as long as your kavona was not to do the furrow, and as long as it's not automatic that it's going to happen. That would be a psikration. Even Rab Shimon is more to be a psikration. Rav Yudah Masra Lekatzra. Rav Yudah gave his tzitzis to the laundry. He wasn't concerned that they would tear the tchelas, or they would tear it and they would replace it with fake kala'ilim. Rav Chanina Ovid Leisisa. He would roll the tzitzis up like into a ball to make sure that they would not be damaged by the laundry process. Ravina Chayet Lemechet. They would make like a pocket in the corner of the tzitzis, and they would stuff the tzitzis in that pocket to protect the tzitzis from getting ruined. Torah Rabbanan. Kama chutnu noisei. How many threads are in the tzitzis? Beishamei armim arba, 4, and then when you fold it over through the hole, it's 8. Beisil armim shloisha, which when you fold over is 6. We paskin like Beishamei. The kamate mishuleshes. So you have the tzitzis is the braided part and the loose part. How much should that be? Beishamim arba, 4 finger breadths. Beisilomim sholosh. B'sholosh beisilal. When Beisil talks about finger breadths, achas me'arba b'tech b'sholodim. His finger is 1/4 of a tefach of an average person. On Rav Papa. Tefach d'oraisa, arba b'goydel. It's 4 thumbs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a tefach. Shis piktana, or 6 little fingers. Or chamesh betilsa, or 5 of the middle finger. On Ravuna. Arba b'soch arba mushuleshes arba. You need 4 threads that are folded. It's got to be, this hole that the threads are put in has to be within 4 etzbos of the corner. And it has to hang at least 4 etzbos, like we said above. Rav Yudah Amar, shloisha b'soch sholish meshulesha sholish. Like Beis Hillel, 3 threads that are folded. It has to be within 3 finger breadths and should only hang down 3 finger breadths. like Beis Hillel. Rav Papa Hilchos Arba B'Soch Sholish B'Shleshes Arba. It's sort of a hybrid, Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. It's like Beis Shammai that it has to be 4 threads that you fold. It's got to be within 3 etzbos of the corner, which is like Beis Hillel. And it should hang 4 finger breadths, that's like Beis Shammai. Frei Gemor Lemeimer the Isle Shiura? Is there a minimum shiur for a minu? Tzitzis. Ein tzitzis el yotze. Means it's a fringe that's hanging out. Vein tzitzis el mashu, even a nothing, which implies no shiur. Ukvar alu ziknei Beis Shammai v'ziknei Beis Hillel, the elders of the school of Shammai and the school of Hillel, Lalias Yochanan ben Pseira, to the attic of Yochanan, the Amru, tzitzis ein lo shiur. There is no shiur to tzitzis. Ki yotze bo lulav ein bo shiur. A lulav has no shiur. My love ein lo shiur klal, meaning there's no shiur at all. So the Gemara says lo, ein lo shiur lamala, to be as big or as long as you want, but aval yesh lo shiur lamata, there is a minimum shiur, and we'll go into that tomorrow. Tomorrow, 7:00, regular time. Shkoyach, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.